Okay, it says that I am live. Ah, so are you here? Is anyone here? Ah, good morning. Good morning. Suddenly the chats show up. Good, good, good. Ah, Christina from Germany. Wie geht's? Was ist los? And Sandy from Foothill Ranch, California. And namaste. So you must speak Sanskrit down there in Foothill Ranch. Hi, Gwen, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Hope things are well for you down there. Dina, good to see you too. Thank you for being here. And okay, so we are going to be doing a little loving kindness practice today because right now I think that we need it more than ever. And loving kindness practice goes all the way back to the time of the Buddha. It is considered or has been well known to be an antidote to anger and ill will. And so, in a country that is so divided, it's really important, I think, for us to connect at that level of loving kindness. And I would also like to suggest, too, that loving kindness practice connects us in our vulnerability. Humans are very vulnerable creatures. We don't fly, we don't have venom, we don't have sharp teeth or claws, we can't run fast, and so forth. So we had to learn to work together, to be together, to form families, to form clans, villages, whatever it might be. And the reason, I guess, we continue or were able to survive is because we did learn to connect and work together. And in this time of COVID, it's very, very difficult for us to connect in person. But if we could just imagine a, a web of connective tissue moving out through the earth, connecting all of us with everything and with each other, that I think is more the reality than imagining that walls and buildings can keep us separate. I believe that at the heart space, at the area of the heart in loving kindness practice, we are connected. You can feel it. It's an embodied sense. And I'd like to invite you to actually have the embodied sense of loving kindness as we move through just a few very brief and simple phrases. Allow these words to be felt as much as possible and without forcing, without pushing, without striving to attain anything, simply to, as much as we can, open the heart, open the hand, letting these experiences be known as much as they can. Now, loving kindness practice can also be difficult for some folks. I understand this. In fact, for many people, especially when it comes to directing loving kindness towards ourselves, we've been taught from a very early age not to be selfish. Share your toys, don't be selfish, all those things. So the word selfish has become a curse word toward other humans. We use that as an oath against other people. I would like to suggest that we take that connotation away from it. This is called self-care. This is very important that we are able to, in some way, turn toward ourselves with the same kind of loving kindness that we would turn toward another. So we'll do it as best we can, but not force anything, because this can be difficult. If you do run into difficulties, then, put on the brakes, just come back to a connecting point, maybe the sensations of breathing or the sensations in your hands or the sounds around you. You can leave the eyes open or open them at any time if you need to. You never have to do these practices with your eyes closed if that's difficult for you. So we'll be offering loving kindness or these intentions of goodwill first toward ourselves. Because as Jack Kornfield once said, if you can't feel it towards yourself, it's going to be difficult to really be able to experience it toward others. So we will be starting with ourselves, then we'll move to a benefactor, someone who has helped us in our lives, a mentor, a teacher, whatever, whoever it might be. And it's suggested that as we move into these other folks, that you use living beings. It makes it a little less complicated. So we'll go to ourself, the mentor, and then a loved one or beloved friend. Maybe there is one person out there toward whom you would like to direct these experiences, or there could be a number of people. Don't worry about including everybody. You know, loving kindness practice can be evoked at any moment during the day. And when someone comes to mind, you could just maybe let one of the phrases come to mind. So self, benefactor, beloved friend, neutral person. Neutral person is someone whom we may not know very well. It could be a neighbor, someone down the street. Maybe it's a person you see regularly on a park bench or on your walk in the morning. Maybe you've never actually spoken with them except to say hello. You don't know their name, but you would like to also include them in your heart. And finally, the difficult person. Now, the difficult person does not have to be and should not be the most difficult person in your life. If we had a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most difficult, I would like you to put them around a 2 or a 3 if possible. And don't push this either. If any difficulties arise, feel free to just withdraw from the practice and come back to a connecting point. And we can be sitting comfortably. I'm in a chair. You could be on a chair or sofa, could be on a meditation cushion, perfectly okay if you're comfortable with that. It could even be lying down. If you need to recline at any time, feel free to do so or change your position as needed. Get my bell here. Almost forgot. All right, here we go. And so beginning by arriving in the body, and in doing so, arriving in the present moment. Feeling how things feel here, in this moment in the body. This wonderful body, so intelligent. If you encounter tightness or tension in the body, perhaps on an exhale, letting those tensions go. Maybe taking a few deeper inhales and with a kind of sighing exhale, just letting go as much as you can. And then if it's okay for you to do so, bringing the attention to the sensations of breathing, letting the body be soft and the breath be soft. And then as much as you are able to, bringing the attention, the feeling awareness to the heart space. That space in which we experience love, kindness, compassion, joy, contentment, ease. Many practitioners like to apply a grounding or soothing touch to that area of the body or to any part of the body or in any way that helps you. And whatever you encounter here in this heart space, it's okay. It's okay if it's tight or constricted. It's okay if it's open and spacious. It's okay if there is no feeling at all, just a numbness or emptiness. And as we continue, if it's possible for you, see if you can now breathe into and out from that heart space, letting the breath come in and inviting it into that heart space. So there's a sense of a gentle expanding of that space. And then on the exhale, inviting the breath up and out from the heart space and allowing for release or letting go. And as we continue this heart breath, bring to mind an image of yourself as best you can. Perhaps it's an image of yourself at this very moment or from any time during your life. And as though you were gazing into your own eyes, sending these well wishes to ourselves. And I will repeat each phrase 3 times, and then you can continue repeating the phrase in the silence that follows. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be healthy, happy, and at peace. May I be healthy, happy, and at peace. May I be healthy, happy, and at peace. May I be safe and free from fear. May I be safe and free from fear. May I be safe and free from fear. And taking a moment to allow these well wishes to be felt, to feel being held in great arms of loving kindness, to feel healthy, happy, and at peace, to feel safe and free from fear. And then whenever you're ready, you can let these phrases go. Again, picturing yourself sitting here lying here, whatever it may be. And to that image of yourself, bowing inwardly, thanking yourself for this great act of generosity, taking care of yourself, being kind to yourself. And coming back to the sensations in the heart center, perhaps taking a few breaths into and out from. And as we continue through this practice, you can also make this your own. If you have other phrases or would like to do another approach to loving kindness practice, feel free. Make sure that the practice makes sense for you. And then bringing to mind a benefactor, a helper, mentor, teacher, someone who has helped you in your life. And again, if you're having trouble choosing someone, it's okay. Just choose one. You have plenty of other opportunities to send another person loving kindness. And as though you were gazing into that person's eyes, inclining the heart toward the benefactor, may you be held in loving kindness. May you be healthy, happy, and at peace. May you be safe and free from fear. And then, whenever you're ready, letting those phrases go, bowing inwardly to your benefactor, thanking them for this opportunity to be generous with these very precious gifts of which we have an unlimited supply. Coming back to the sensations in the heart center, perhaps taking a breath or two into and out from. And then bringing to mind a beloved friend or loved one. This could also include a pet. And again, if possible, this should be a living person or a living being. And if more than one person comes to mind, feel free to add them to the practice if you wish. And as though this beloved friend or loved one were sitting in front of you, gazing into their eyes, may you be held in loving kindness. May you be healthy, happy, and at peace. May you be safe and free from fear. And again, whenever you're ready, letting these phrases go, bowing inwardly to this friend or loved one, thanking them for this opportunity to be generous, and coming back to the sensations in your own heart space, breathing into and out from the heart space gently. And then bringing to mind a neutral individual. And again, it can be someone whose name you do not know, someone that you have encountered somewhere in your life. And picturing that being as clearly as possible and gazing into their eyes to that neutral person. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be healthy, happy, and at peace. May you be safe and free from fear. And then in the next few moments, letting these phrases go, perhaps bowing inwardly to this neutral person, letting them go, bringing the attention back to the heart space, noticing how things are here now. Not that they should be any particular way, just noticing how it is. Perhaps taking a few breaths into and out from the heart space. And then if you can, bringing to mind a difficult person. And again, not the most difficult person in your life, but someone with whom you have maybe some impatience or frustration, irritation. Just a kind of chronic conflict with this person, maybe. And as you bring this person to mind, imagine their lives, their hurts, their wounds, their losses, their joys, their triumphs, their happiest moments. Maybe there's a reason they are difficult. And with this kind of compassion, inclining the heart even toward the difficult person, may you be held in loving kindness. May you be healthy, happy, and at peace. May you be safe and free from fear. May you be held in the great arms of loving kindness. May you be healthy, happy, and at peace. May you be safe and free from fear. And letting the phrases go, bowing inwardly to this individual, thanking them for being in your life, for giving you this opportunity to open the heart just a little bit more. And letting them go and coming back to the heart space, the sensations here. Feeling yourself held in the great arms of loving kindness. Feeling for yourself health, happiness, peace, and ease. Feeling safe and free from fear. And if you wish, just sending these well wishes out to everybody, to ourselves here in this community, whether you're watching it live or recorded, to the entire world. May we all be held in loving kindness. May we be healthy, happy, and at peace. May all of us be safe and free from fear. How's that heart center doing? Checking in there. Taking a few more breaths into and out from the heart space. Letting the feeling awareness expand to include the entire body if possible, sitting or lying here. Feeling yourself connected to the earth and so connected to each other. Grounded, safe, secure, and surrounded by love. And in a few moments, the bell will signal the suggested end of this practice. It means you can continue practicing if you wish. Taking as much time as you need to transition from our practice. And just a note, I have been leading daily practices myself and several other teachers Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, usually from 8 to about 8:45. It's much like this process here where we start with a little theme or loving kindness practice and then move into a meditation practice of some kind. If you would like to get the Zoom link to this meeting, feel free to write me there at this email address right here, rogernolan@hotmail.com, and I will send you the link. I do not want to post it here because this will be on social media, and we only bring trusted folks into this group. We have between 70 and 80 people every morning, usually, who attend from all over the United States, all over the world. Feel free to join us. It's a very loving community. So are there any questions or anything you want to share about your practice? And there are a number of folks from that Sangha here. Monica is here from there, Rivka all the way from Jerusalem. We have Jeanette is here. I think Sandy Tomlin is here. Gwen is here. We have lots of folks. Dina, Dr. Math, hello. Good. Nice to see you. Christina, good to see you too. So if you have any comments or anything you'd like, my pleasure, Maggie. You're very polite to call me sir. Yeah, so Center for Mindful Living, the Mindful Living Collective, offers these practices every Sunday morning at this same time. And we teachers who are affiliated with the collective rotate through, and mine is usually the third Sunday of the month. So you can join me back here if you like. And of course, if you go to our Facebook page, all of these meditations are recorded. You can watch them there at your leisure. Gwen, good to see you with us today. So my suggestion would be to help cultivate loving kindness in your life, and it will change your life if you do, that you just find some phrases. You can use these phrases if you like. You can find books that have them. Sharon Salzberg has a whole book called Loving Kindness. I highly recommend it. There are websites for loving kindness practice. and recordings and so forth, and just find some phrases that work for you. And once you get that for yourself and for others, if you're standing in line waiting to get into a grocery store, if you're still doing that, or whatever it might be, you can just allow these phrases to occur to you silently and imagine that you're broadcasting those to individuals, perhaps a specific individual, perhaps all of us in that situation, whatever it might be. When you find yourself having anger or ill will toward others or toward yourself, loving kindness practice can be the antidote, and it can be an antidote to fear. That's why I'm putting this phrase in of may I be safe and free from fear, or may I feel safe and free from fear. Even just evoking may I feel free from fear, you might notice that your anxiety level comes down right there. This can be used even with physical discomfort. May I be free from pain, whatever it might be. These practices have been around, as I mentioned, for 2,600 years. You need to feel it in your body rather than your head. Exactly. So there is an embodied sense of these things. I imagine being held in arms of loving kindness. And if you want to do this to yourself while you're practicing, yeah, go right ahead. That's really great self-compassion to feel yourself held and feel the peace and ease or whatever it might be. Kelly, hello, thank you. Thank you for that. Grateful to have you here too. Christina, do you have a tip on how to be with difficult emotions without pushing against it? It is difficult, first of all, because difficult emotions are meant to be difficult. They're usually something to do with fear or anger, somewhere in those two spectra, could be sadness. And all of our emotions are just messages. They just help us to understand at an embodied level what's going on in our environment to help keep us safe. Yeah, believe it or not, all these emotions are actually here to serve us. So the first thing that I do with difficult emotions is to be friendly toward them, to even thank them for being here. Fear is here right now. Anxiety is here right now because something important needs to be paid attention to. If there's anger, that's usually a result of fear. It's the fight or flight reaction. And by the way, loving kindness practice helps to tone that down, the fight or flight reaction. But if I'm angry, that must mean I'm afraid of something. So we can ask, what is it that I'm afraid of right now? What is my body trying to tell me that there's a danger in? Now, don't expect it to be rational. It's not going to be. And here it is. So turning toward the experiences as much as we can with friendliness and allowing them to be felt in the body as much as we can without forcing anything. When we push against difficult emotions, we tend to put more energy into them and they tend to push back. All right. So it becomes like this. If we just allow them to be here, we put less energy into them and then they don't bother us so much. I hope that's helpful for you, but that's a great question. Good. Thank you, Wendy. Nice to meet you. Nice to have you here. Okay. Emma, nice to see you too. All right. Kelly, thank you. Rosemary, yes. Rosemary was responding to Rivka, who was saying she wanted to know, why is it so important to use phrases of love and kindness and not just thinking that? Yeah. Um, it's just the way these practices are developed. I mean, you can just think the phrases. I mean, and embody the experience. So I'm hoping that that's helpful for you. And again, not pushing. Loving kindness practice can be difficult for you in a number of ways. If you encounter a heart made of stone, for me, it was a brick wall at one time when I was practicing, and I just felt myself kind of breathing into the cracks, and gradually the cracks opened wider and wider, and pretty soon the brick wall was down and it opened the heart. What comes after that can also be extremely powerful. It can be extremely powerful in ways that may surprise us. So take good care of yourselves. Move carefully and slowly into these practices. They are very powerful. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate your presence. Very grateful to have you, whether you're watching in the recording or live. I'd like to thank Elisha, Stephanie, Valerie, and all the other teachers at the Mindful Living Collective for offering this space for us in which to meet. And again, as a reminder, come visit us at our daily Sangha, our daily meditation group, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. You can write me at this email address, and I will send you the link and put you on the mailing list if you like. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye for now. See you in a month. Oh, we'll be doing a winter solstice practice because I think it's around the 20th that I'll be doing it again. All right. Bye bye. Choose.